shaboom. Na 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 na. Hey, Jerry, welcome back. Hey, this is Justin Case from American Newscape, joining our friend and media personality Jerry Maldonado, back for another installment of Meatball Perspectives. Hello, Jerry. What say you with perspectives this evening?
Well, did you bring your wife some flowers today? Well, wait,
I did.
I correct myself. Did you bring her a cactus because of your area?
We have cactus and we have flowers and we have cactus flowers, so you could do any of those.
Rattlesnakes, armadillos. Well, it's National Bring Someone Special Flowers Day, so make sure you get your wife some cactuses, man. Gotta blend in with the atmosphere.
I'll certainly make an effort to do that, Jerry, and I still have time. The day is still,
It's very true. You're on a several-hour difference here. But yeah, some meatball logic today. Gosh, let me get my little noggin going, my little meatball going here. I love how the success stories of people who have come from nothing and created into that something, and it's always intrigued me with my little precocious little meatball they're going on about how they did it, and I want to like bottle it and share it with my audience. And stories like this about transition is taking one part of you and creating that new part. I love the fact, and I can go into endless models of people who have done it, but the main meatball I like to focus on is Arnold Schwarzenegger. And you definitely can relate to that man. The guy should do a commercial for Arby's about we have the meat, because he is the meat. He's the ultimate meatball. He really, I love his story. Granted, there's a lot of depictions behind it, different, information sort of, but long story short, being brought up in Austria, I mean, at 14 years old, this guy had pictures of bodybuilders on the wall. His mother thought he was the other side of mother thought he was the dark side. Come to find out, he loved how the human body worked. He studied every part. Starting at 15, he starts training in this kind of homemade gym, neighborhood kind of thing. Literally, when the place would close at night, he would break into it and literally work out in the middle of the night when nobody was there. He goes from 15 to age 20. In that time frame, he transitioned from this little skinny kid to Mr. Universe and Mr. Europe and Mr. Everything over there within the matter of 5 years. My question is, why can't we do that? Is there people that are gifted more than we are? It's always been my question. Or do we have that same power? Indeed, we all do. I focused on it last night with my show on the three powers that we have, which is mind, body, and spirit. Guys out there on the left coast, like you guys, call it conscious, subconscious, and superconscious. You guys put that triumvirate in its works, and you're going to create the most amazing things. Transition is not hard. It's only as hard as you make it. But like Arnold did, he made the conscious choice what he wanted to be. He studied every muscle in the body. He took action every day. And all that came just by his thought about it and his imaginary feeling about it. Anybody can do it.
Well, absolutely, and he had some help.
Yes. Wait.
Well, we don't recommend anabolic steroids to anybody.
No, correction.
And if you're going to be a governor, you need to learn how to pronunciate the name of the state you're governor of.
Well,
I think that should be a requirement.
I like California. But you're right you're right. Go ahead. I'm interrupting you because I'm getting excited about the topic. Go ahead.
But he's certainly an example of an overachiever.
Yes.
And
yes.
And that's what he is. And no matter how anybody feels about him and how he got there, he got there. He married well. He diddled a maid. I mean, he's been a public persona for his entire life, probably. I'll bet when he was 10 years old in Austria, somehow he was a persona.
Well, whatever he was, but I love the point that he didn't let anybody tell him what to do. Back in Austria, back then, his dad was a Nazi guard, a Nazi officer, and literally their way of controlling people was conformity. And he would beat when he beat his kids. They'd be like, "You're gonna be this," and he goes, "No, I'm gonna be an actor." And that's all he kept telling himself as his father would beat him. And I loved his autobiography on that. However way he got there, that's But my point is, how do you start the process? You got to have something going on between the left and right ear to bring that on. You got to have some kind of vision. He always knew he wanted to be a bodybuilder per se, and expanded from there. And you talk about he had help. Indeed, he attracted the help. He attracted the mentors. He attracted all the guys from Gold. He attracted everything into his life just by his mindset. By it. That's my perspective on it. Yeah, he made some dumb choices with the maids and all that speech stuff, but I mean, for what he went through to get where he is, I applaud that. His choices, you leave that to camaraderie with other people. I don't care about that part, but it makes for good funnies, the voice and this and that. But I just applaud what he did in the process, and everybody should try that for themselves as far as incorporating the mind, body, and spirit. Because he even said that back in the early 60s. He said, "My mind will bring me anywhere." Indeed, he was absolutely right.
Well, and there were a lot of people that tried to hold him down, particularly Hollywood.
Oh, God, yeah.
They told him he couldn't do it. And he didn't accept that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And either he was not smart enough to accept it, doesn't matter. He did it.
Yep. Great point. Go ahead.
Well, it's, and I think a lot of it is you have to start. Jerry, it's what we talk about all the time. He started, and he was not going to be dissuaded, and he wasn't going to let others tell him that he couldn't accomplish anything. And the reality is he's accomplished just about everything he ever set his mind to do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. People always say, that he had connections in Hollywood and this and that. People don't realize he would spend 8 to 9 hours a day in the gym when he was in California. 8 to 9 hours in the gym. 2 hours of acting class after the gym. And then 3 hours of speech class after the acting class after the gym. And this was his daily routine for years and years and years. People talk a big talk. I get it. And I've always walked the walk when I talk. I do it. That's it. It's done. A lot of people talk about it, but fail to implement it. I get the whole inner core, scared kind of mentality. Like you said, he just did it. Just like you said, he just went out and did it. He didn't care what people thought. He didn't care. He had this point of focus in his mind that he said many, many moons before that, what he's going to be, he set out to be that. But people have this perception that I'm too old, or I'm this and that, or like you and I, like older meatballs, we can't do what we want. That we just flush that down the toilet. There's no age in transition. I mean, at 14 and 15, while he was pumping iron, I was hanging out in the video arcade just quitting school. I mean, not knowing where I'm going in life. And I finally hit that mark in my early 40s when I realized who I was. So I don't want to hear about excuses about you can't have this, you can't bring that, because, I mean, that's just you telling yourself you don't want to do it.
Being a dinosaur, and a teenager, when I first saw pumping iron, that's exactly when I started lifting weights.
Really? Wow.
Because of his persona.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because nobody is. If you haven't seen it, watch it. And he approached it like warfare. Psychological warfare.
Every bit of it.
And one of my favorite people in the history of the world was Lou Ferrigno.
Yes.
A monstrous man, bigger, stronger.
Oh.
Than Arnold ever was going to be, but Lou was deaf. And he became an actor, even though he was deaf.
Yeah. And there were no obstacles. And there was one other person from that movie, if you can recall. His name was Mike Katz. You remember him?
Yeah, and I remember Rocco Colombo, too. I mean, yeah, that was a different era, Jerry.
Yes. Yeah, a beautiful era. Mike Katz was my health teacher in high school. He used to walk down the hall. Now, mind you, this was very last 79, 80. Yeah, for 2 years, he was my health teacher in my school. And that was at his prime. I think it was just 2 years after he went after Arnold and Mr. Olympia. And the guy was a monster. I mean, his arms were, I mean, they couldn't make shirts big enough for this guy. But the most down to earth, compassionate, and in pumping iron, you saw his flaws. You saw his mentality. Well, gosh, I hope I can win. But the guy was perfect. But still, Arnold, you're right, with his persona, his facade, he would psychologically go after people like he was doing with Ferrigno. Oh, you can't do it. You can't do it. And he would play this art of war. And right, he was the same way he told himself he was going to be the champion was the same way he told people they would not be the champion, and it worked perfectly.
No, absolutely, absolutely. So, and he should be, even if you're not a weightlifter or an athlete, I recommend everybody watch Pumping Iron.
Oh God, yeah.
It's one of the few Arnold Schwarzenegger movies I would recommend, but it's interesting. It's interesting, and he came out a champion.
But people, yeah, people make these excuses all. I hear it all day long, and I hate to say that word excuse, but they're telling themselves what they can't do when they really can. You just implement the mind and body and spirit wholeheartedly with everything that you are. You're going to create that. But people have been taught. It's amazing how he fought against conformity back in Austria, back when communism was ripe, even after WW2. I mean, he wouldn't allow it. People have to not allow what they're trying to get in the way. Anything to get in the way of that. And when people stop making excuses for what has happened in their life and carrying the story of what has happened to themselves in life and modeling people, because you can emulate, but you can't imitate. You can learn from success. This is why I've always immersed myself in it, because I wanted to transform from one way to another. When you're lost, but now you're found. That kind of, the truth will set you free. Your truth is who you are. You find that truth, and it's going to be attracted to you, like Arnold had with all the mentors and all the opportunities. Later on in life, the mistakes that he made, that's his problem. But the point being is, my question has always been, how did you get there? And it's all the same story, just different people. They just incorporated every facet of who they are to get where they wanted to go.
Well, Jerry, you talk about all the time people that say they can't. And a lot of those people need to do a gut check, because generally it's I won't. And the I won't is they won't put in the work. No matter how minuscule that work is, it's just easier to say I can't do it.
But the point being, it's not work. It's inspired action. I mean, you and I talked about this. It doesn't bother us that we've worked all day and doing whatever to come on to do what we love at night. Yeah, some nights we might feel a little sluggish or slow, but when you're doing what you love, you bring more to love what you do. It's a natural attraction in life. So you find that sweet spot, whatever it might be in your life, you're going to attract more of it. And it's not work anymore. It's just living life with a purpose. That purposeful feeling in life is never ending. You just keep expanding from that. And that's all Arnold did. Okay, fine. He went to the body thing. He mastered that. 7-time Mr. Universe, Olympia, he's got every accolade on his wall to fill the whole friggin' thing. What did he do? I want to be an actor. Okay, fine. Let's try this. He's got another wall to fill with all. Cause this is just who he was. You don't have to be like him, but you can understand the mentality that got him to where he wanted to go and use that to your advantage and the others as well.
Oh, absolutely. And he did. He just went out there and he did. And, and that's, if I reflect on my day right now, it was just full of challenges and hurdles and disappointments. But you're right. When we clicked on to do the show, I got energized. I got energized because there's a passion in doing this.
Yes. And that's all you got to do. Go ahead.
And tomorrow may be a day that everything clicks, and I'll forget about, and I will put to bed all the grief I had to go through today because it's in the past. It's in the past. So tomorrow's a new day.
Well, for my Facebook audience, I mean, you have no idea what this guy goes through. All the people he's got to talk to every day, all the production, all the editing. I mean, for him to give me this platform, I'll always be eternally grateful for it. But yeah, well, what you go through every day. Me, I'm watching reels and getting ideas, and this guy's working all friggin' day long. editing, talking to people, trying to get interviews, trying to conduct this letters, emails back and forth. I mean, dude, you make me friggin' dizzy. I mean, with all this stuff. But I applaud it. But to you, it's a normal day. It's like me with my design. It's a normal day, no matter what. Nothing gets in the way of it, which is great. You have the same mentality. Nothing gets in the way of it. It's just what we love to do.
Well, and every day is not a bed of roses, and people need to understand that. But, one thing I'll say for both of us, we've developed the coping skills to manage through no matter what we have to face.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The wisdom, knowledge, and a direct objective that few people have. But everybody has it. I mean, we all have the same power. We really do. That there's no difference between Arnold and me and you and anybody else. Getting my little second personality going on here. But there's no difference here, man. We're all the same. We have all the same powers. We have all the same mentality tools installed in us, but we've all been set on default. Society has set us on default every day, and people every day, they transition from sleep to wake up, go to work, eat, go to bed. You and I, the mentality we have is wake up, who do I call, set up this, do that. Our day is not even planned, but we know where we're going. A lot of people don't have an idea where they're going, and I get that. I was there, man. I used to sit in video arcades and skip school until I finally quit and realized that this is not for me, but then I obviously went back later, but I rather edify myself my way. The way I wanted to learn, and the way Arnold did the same thing. He wanted to be his own guy in a country that was telling you how not to be. So what did he do? He got out. Same way with us. If you're not happy where you are, try to get out. Do your best. I mean, this guy even was in the military lockup for AWOL. He snuck out to do a competition when he was in the Austrian army at 18. He had to spend a week in jail. He won the competition, snuck back in, but they still caught him. This was his dedication to who he was. Anybody can have that power.
Well, true. And, you and I are blessed with a couple skills that we utilize. You journal. And what a lot of people don't realize is before I shut everything down, I make the notes. So in the following morning, I can hit the ground running. Yeah. I'm not sitting there going, what am I going to do? What am I going to do?
Great point.
I've got a list of things. And you've done that via your journaling.
I do it every day. Oh, yeah. But you bring up a great word. Utilize. Utilize. People, we all have something to give. This is what people forget. We have something to give. This place that we are right now. And whatever gift you have, I'm not here to say what your gift is. My gift is sharing. Your gift is creating. We all have something to give. And when you utilize that, you put it in this bubble, it can only expand because you're putting all your energy and focus into it. That right there alone is your definition of success. What you utilize, you actualize. You're going to bring it to this amazing power just because you love what you do. You're focusing on it every day. You're giving it your all, which you and I do every day in the simplest form, but we give 100% to it. I mean, you're not denying anything.
Right, and you find a contentment, and there's a lot of comfort and peace in believing you did everything you could today.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, every day I say how proud I am of myself, of where I've come from to where I've been to where I'm going. That kind of mentality, people, you really have to be your own life coach, man. You don't need a paid friend to tell you who you are. You can do it yourself, and this is why I don't do it. I don't bother with that.
Right.
I mean, who would you want to be my friend? Okay, pay me per hour. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Right. Neither that was never attractive to either one of us.
No.
And you could. I don't know why you don't have a TED Talk.
Oh,
I don't know what good.
I had one client. I had one client many moons ago. After speaking with him, I even got depressed. I had to leave. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I said, look, you're going to be okay. It's free. I got to get out of here. I mean, I'd rather share on a level where people who want to be reached, it'll reach them in the right way. And the opportunities will come my way to utilize whatever I have to give in a better fashion. But yeah, the life coaching wasn't my deal. I talk to people constantly I'll stop what I'm doing and go back and forth with them. If somebody needs me, I stop in a heartbeat. That's just who I am. But on a mass scale, who I am is in front of this camera, sharing information that will empower millions and millions of people.
Well, exactly. We don't preach, and if we ever come across that way, we don't mean to.
No, not at all.
We try and give little insights of what's effective for us, and or what helps us manage our days and get through our days and find some contentment and find some joy and happiness, and really, isn't that what it's all about?
Oh God, yeah. And political parties and religions, that doesn't bother me when I'm researching a successful quote unquote person has accumulated or has accomplished many. I don't care what they believe in. I don't care if you believe in a watermelon, man. How did you get where you got? So I can share it with people on a mass scale. That's all I care about. Your activism and whatever you want to call them, I don't care about that. I don't care what you do. It's your problem. You create your own storms. Don't get pissed off when it rains. I don't want to hear it. So people have to realize that. So I love sharing all bodies of facets of people in success in whatever party. I don't care what what they believe in. It's just not my forte. I'm always infatuated. How did you get there? Because this way here, the more people that know, the more we're going to grow. It's that conformity that has shut us down for decades. We're out of that shell now. The internet has given us an opportunity to learn anything we want. Just requires some dedication.
Jerry, I like that. That's a good place to wrap this episode, and I really like you created your own storm, so don't be pissed off.
And they do. Remember that line, Meeple. It's all good.
I will, and I think that's the first, in all these shows, that's the first time you shared that with me, and that can be my new mantra.
Yeah, put it along the bottom rail of America's Mentor. Awesome show, man.
All right, my friend.
Thank you.
Hey, everybody. It's been Justin Case and Jerry Maldonado bringing you Meatball Perspectives. Thanks for joining us. Remember, additional information and links provided in this video is read more. Today's the day to subscribe to this channel. Please learn more about Jerry Maldonado when time permits.